Hello student, so I want to show you in a quick video how easy it's using Eclipse create the unit test. Okay, so let me load the Eclipse now. So I'm using the same environment that you're going to use for your project. So I just create a project, okay, create my package. And inside my package, I created just a simple class to help us to understand much better how to use the unit test here. Let me open that. So it's just a simple class, okay? It's nothing sophisticated, but it's gonna help us to understand that. So what I did in this class, I tried to simulate the calculator. Okay, maybe something that you did in previous courses, right? So what happened, I just create an attribute private total. Okay, so in this process, I'm gonna simulate the calculator. Okay, so I have the default constructor here, and I have the overloader constructor here. Yes. Okay. We have the void method to add to the total, multiply to the total, subtract, divide, and clear, get totals. So let me explain you a little bit what I did in this example. Okay, so here, to add. Okay, so you're gonna add, you have the calculator here. Okay, you receive what we're gonna add, right? Correct? And the total is gonna be the total plus whatever you're adding, right? Correct? If you multiply, okay, you're gonna have now the total, for example, 8. And if you wanna multiply something, you use times 9, for example. So you see the previous total that was 8 times whatever you are entering now. So the total is 72. If you want to divide, okay, what happened here? If whatever you are entering here is different than 0, for example, divided by 9, what happened? It's going to be the total, the previous total divided by whatever you are receiving here, right? And this is the new total. Just simulate a calculator. So if someone divide by 0, okay, you are going to have here a section, right? Arithmetic section. And no divide by 0. Okay, so this is just my class. Also here, I create a method void here just to use the sleep method. Okay, because I'm gonna try to use one feature in unit test. Okay, that's gonna help us to validate that something is not taking longer than we expected. Okay, so here I just create that and use the sleep just in case you have to incorporate the Java util current time unit, and then just call that. Okay, just for 2 seconds, just wait for 2 seconds. Okay, if there is a section that's going to catch that, and we're going to be able to print the section. Okay, this is the explanation for my calculator class. And then I create my test. How I create my test? I right click here, new, JUnit test case. I create that. And this is the file that appears here. Okay. Okay, so in my JUnit test, what I did is import the Jupyter API. You see asterisk, but that, as you know, reading the Unit 5 chapter, you're gonna find the description of many assertions, right? So for example, the assert all, assert equals, uh, the test, right? When you're gonna test, assert throw, when you're gonna throw, you're gonna assert an section. So I just use here the asterisk, okay? And then what I did here, uh, if you read the book, right, you have the assertion before each, okay? You know what mean that, right? So before each test, sorry, my battery is low. You are gonna have to, so internally the unit test is gonna run that. What we're gonna run before each test, we're gonna run, for example, my setup method that I'm gonna create a new calculator using the default constructor. Okay, just in case there are some tags, repeat that test 3 times, many things. But the important thing now that you're gonna start learning is the test, right? So you're gonna test now this method. Okay, so this is just some comment that I usually write on my code. For example, this we're gonna create a method, a void method to test at negative number. Okay, this is why we have here test. So now what happened? Let's gonna try when you add a -5. So at the beginning, remember, before each test, what we're gonna do? We're gonna create a new calculator. When we create a new calculator, what happened? Let's gonna check the class. New calculator, default constructor, we initialize the total to 0. Okay, good. So now what happened is that you're gonna create, before each test, you're gonna create a calculator with a total equal to 0. Got it? Okay. Now, you add 5. If the total is 0, right, and you add 5, what happened? 0 plus -5, the total is gonna be -5. And this is that we're gonna test here. Then the assertion, I'm gonna use the assert equals, okay? So you wrote here what you expected and the method that you're gonna test in your program. Get total. So what happened with get total? The method get total is gonna return the total. Okay, so let's gonna verify if, okay, when we add a negative number, okay, you know that the result is gonna be -5, you are gonna get -5 if your methods are working correctly. Then what happened? Okay, now the current total is gonna be -5. Then you add another negative number, for example, -2. So what is going to be the new total? You know that it's going to be -7, right? And let's going to test that with our getTotal method, right? So this is the first method. As you see, it's simple, but it's going to help you to practice. So I know that many of you have a previous knowledge about the unit test. You're working as a software engineer, but many of you not. So this course is for everyone. So many of you are just learning here. This is the reason why I am recording this video. So for example, now I'm gonna test the addition. I use a tag to, when you run the report, you're gonna see that you are testing what you are testing. So now the important thing is here that you are writing here at test. It means that you are gonna test that. But what happened, remember, before each test, you're gonna set up, create a new calculator, right? So, okay, you got it. So in the additions here, what happened? You're gonna test now positive number. So the same thing, let's gonna add 5, okay? Our method add is here. It should be around here, right? Okay, add is here. Okay, so add is here. So you're gonna receive whatever here and add to the total. Perfect. Remember, you create a calculator using the default constructor, and the total at the beginning is 0, right? Remember that I showed you? Default constructor, you initialize total to 0. Okay. So let's gonna continue here. You add a positive number. So you want to add 5. Remember, what is the total? 0. So you know that 0 plus 5 is going to be 5. So you know that it's going to be 5. This is the first parameter that you write here. Then here you write the method that you want to test. So if they match, when you run that, everything is going to be in green and you're going to be happy. Okay? Then what happened here? It's going to add 2 again. So now you know the previous total is 5. When you add 2, you know that the result, the total is going to be 7. So this is that you have to compare now. This is why you use assertion. Assert equals. Okay. Multiply. And you see it's going to be the same thing. And you see this example is going to help you to practice, because on the project you know that you have to do many things, right? Okay, so this example is just to show you how to write your first JUnit test in the simple way. So test, add, then multiply and clear. Oh, sounds more sophisticated, right? But it's simple. So we're gonna test addition, then multiplication, and then we're gonna clear the calculator. So again, you're gonna test. But what happened? Before each test, you're gonna create a new calculator using the overload, the default constructor. So total is gonna be 0. Okay, again, it's gonna go here. Okay, you add 9. So 0 plus 9, total 9. This is what we expect, 9. And this is that you're gonna run to validate your code. It have to be, they have to match, right? Okay. Then multiply the total times 2. So 9 times 2 is gonna be 18. This is that you're gonna test now, 18. And run the method to get the total, to validate, they have to match. And then clear. What's happening with clear? It's gonna check my method in my class. Clear, okay? See that? Try it, okay? It's gonna try it, okay? To just to get a sleep of 2 seconds, okay? And then what happened? Total is gonna be 0. If there is an error, you're gonna get a interaction section. I'm gonna show you why I wrote that in some minutes when we use an assertion to validate the throw when you have an exception. For now, just you know, when you clear, now you know that total is gonna be 0, right? So 0 have to match with your total. So you're validating that the clear method is working fine. Okay. Now, let's gonna see here. Okay, now let's gonna test something more interesting. Let's gonna test clear. Should not take long time, right? Let's gonna double check here. So in theory, the clear is gonna take how long? 2 seconds, right? Okay. So now let's gonna test with a certain out, just in case it's on the page 100. Okay, on the chapter, check the 3, right? JUnit 5 standard test, just in case. Okay, so let's gonna use the assertion assert time out. First argument I wrote here, how long it can wait. So we're gonna say that we're gonna wait 4 seconds. Okay, so is it gonna be okay when we, this is a lambda expression, right? You know how that works for your previous course. So let's gonna execute this method, right? Right? And when we execute this method, okay, let's gonna see if it's acceptable run for 4 seconds. Remember what happened here? here is gonna take just 2 seconds. So here, we are not gonna wait more than 4 seconds, right? So it's gonna be acceptable, okay? It doesn't have to take more than 4 seconds. So let's gonna test that. What is that? Sorry. Let me close something here. Runs unit test. I use it here. This is your console. Run 8 tests, 0 errors. Failure 0. Okay. So as you see that test clear should not take long. Took 2 seconds, right? Okay, so what happens if you go here and simulate that you have a network issue and it's gonna take 5 seconds. So what happened? You are testing now that the clear operation has to be done in less than 4 seconds. But now you know that you are simulating a delay on the network and you have 5 seconds. So this test must fail. So let's click here, run as a unit test. Oh, appear here. See that? Because it took now 5 seconds. Something failed. That really nice, right? The other test passed without any problem. Okay, so I have another one. So what happened here when you want to divide by 0? Remember, what is that? Okay, when you want to divide by 0, we throw an arithmetic section, right? Like not divide by 0. This is that we customize, like no divide by 0 when someone wanna divide by 0. Okay, so let's gonna see here. Okay, we're gonna test. Remember what happened when you test? Don't forget that this is the logic. Before each, we're gonna create a new calculator. Total is gonna be 0, right? So now, what happened? You wanna divide by 0. X is gonna be 0, right? 0 equals 0. Okay, we're gonna throw an arithmetic section, right? Okay, so what happened here? Here, the same thing, we're gonna use the assertion third throw. So we're gonna validate that when we execute the divide, we wanna divide by 0, we're gonna throw this arithmetic section. Okay, and you can do the same thing with, you're gonna compare a string, for example. Remember, you're gonna cache the section, right? Here. What is the message that we're gonna cache? And not divide by 0, right? Because we are throwing an section, and this is the text that we're gonna throw, right? So here you can compare assertion, assert equal, the text that you wrote, with the section get message, right? And you can compare that. Okay, oops. Okay. Okay, the last part that I want to show you, okay, because it's going to help you with your project, is the coverage. Okay, let me close that. So you go here, okay, and then click coverage as unit test. And let me show you what you're gonna get. Oh, coverage 78%. Remember that I told you that Oh, we read that that the sectoral coverage is going to be as of 80%. Okay, I guess we can improve that because now we have 78%, right? Oh, okay, where is that? Okay, remember less than 4, so it's going to try 3. Okay, and then run just to make sure that our test passed. Perfect. First up, try it again. See that our coverage now is 82%, so we passed that. Okay, so I hope this simple uh, program help you with your projects. Okay, you can practice, do the same things. So when you feel comfortable, continue with your projects. I hope this video helped you. Thank you.